Chris here with Canopy Crypto and AI. Wanted to talk to you about the progress that OpenAI is making with their APIs, and specifically how they're moving towards agents as a focus versus just chat completions, or responses versus completions is really the difference that they're talking about now. So I'll give you an example of an app that uses basic completions, which is the ChatGPT API call, and gets you some really good information, but it's sort of a one-dimensional kind of application that you can create. So if I want to build a shed, I type in build a shed, and it gives me a series of next steps in this application. Again, this is just the basic API. This is the completions API I'm talking about right now, which is the original API. It's a single call. It doesn't have memory. And I think memory is the key. Now, if you do this same query again, it'll basically give you the same results. And the next steps will be identical. And so you could, of course, change the query and make it slightly different, but it's not going to remember anything. So what I've done is I've done a second interface using the responses API, and it starts to have memory. And so you should put here, build me a shed, and it'll think for a bit, and it'll use some tokens, and it'll be as creative as you want it. 0 to 1 is the creativity scale, and I gave it a 0.7, I think, for this, which is relatively creative. Build me a shed. So it gives me some planning steps, prepare the site, construct the frame, etc., etc. But then I can say focus on details on roof, and it can take what it's already given me, and it can drill down a little bit further into what I want for the roofing. And it keeps the old thread that you have before. So this is kind of the next stage in building an assistant versus a one-time chatbot that just spits out responses with no memory. And yeah, you can go into the back end and you can get API keys, and you pay for tokens. I won't go into detail on the dashboard, but basically it's becoming more of an agent-focused API as an option versus just simply responses. And as you can see, there's a lot of things that both APIs will do, like web search and structure. It'll have vision, audio, text generation. But now it's kind of, again, not only is it getting memory, but it's doing more advanced functions, and being able to use your computer and search for files within what you've done already. Anyway, so yeah, I thought this would be interesting. If you want any details on how I created these little agent, or they're really assistant apps, or ChatGPT, OpenAI apps, let me know in the comments, and I can even send you some source code if you're interested. Thanks for watching.